Hello, today's video is about the Greek tax for pleasure boats. Let's get started right away. TEPAI is a Greek tax for all boats longer than 7 meters that are sailing in Greek waters and had not been put out of use. The TEPAI tax replaced the DECPA shipping document in 2019. Private recreational ships and daily tour cruise ships are obliged to pay the TEPAI tax. Commercial boats for recreational purposes are also subject to this, such as charter boats. Exempt from TEPAI are commercial boats with no recreational use, boats that have been confiscated, or boats that are ashore. When entering Greece, the TEPAI must be paid on the day of entry at the latest, preferably a few days earlier. Boats that remain in Greece must pay every month in advance or once for the whole year. When leaving the Greek waters, only the first 3 days are free of charge. From the 4th day onwards, the full monthly fee must be paid. A 10% discount is granted for annual payment in December or January. For commercial boats, there are the additional discounts listed here. Be careful when paying in advance for a longer period. Payments already made will not be refunded if you leave the country earlier than planned or put the boat out of use. The calculation is based on the length of the boat. Payment is made electronically via eTEPAI. Boats without an EU flag must pay at the customs office. If you are unable to obtain a payment code from eTEPAI, payment can also be made at the port authority. Who is actually obliged to pay TEPAI? For private recreational ships, it is the owner or the user. For commercial ships, it is the ship's owner, the operator, or their legal representative. The fines also depend on the length of the boat. In general, the costs increase sharply from 12 meters in length. Before we get started, we need to have the following data to hand: the identity card or passport number, the MMSI number if available, the proof of ownership number and the call sign. Then we enter this web address on the internet. Switch to English at the top right if you don't speak perfect Greek. If you do not have a Greek tax number, click on the bottom left-hand box to register. If you have a Greek tax number, click on the green box on the right. However, we have no experience of the procedure there as we do not have a Greek tax number. We only enter the required data here. This means first name, surname and email address. To be on the safe side, enter the email address again and then assign a password which is also entered a second time. Next, select the type of ID, that is passport or ID card, and enter the corresponding number. You must remember these details exactly as they must match the later details. Finally, check everything once again and confirm with the green submit button. After a few minutes, you will receive a registration email which often ends up in the spam folder. Now we come to the application. This part is divided into 4 sections that can be opened with the blue buttons. The first is for the ship info, the second for the liable person, the third for the TEPAI info, and the fourth for the payment info. First, you have to log in exactly with the data of the registration and confirm with the submit button. Be careful with upper and lower case. Then click on New Application in the top right-hand corner. The application page will appear. The red stars indicate required data. Unfortunately, some of them are missing. First, select the type of ship. Then put in the ship's name and the flag, in my case Germany. At the port of registry, you have to search through the lists. If you can't find the harbor in the list, click on the field below and select Yes. Now you can enter your port of registry in the field below. Next, you will be asked for your register number. Then enter the length in meters. Enter your call sign here. If you have an MMSI number, select Yes here and enter the name in the field below. If you have a mooring place in Greece, select yes here and enter the location in the field below. I don't enter anything in the following fields or select no, as it doesn't affect us. In the first field, you enter whether you are the owner or the holder of the ship. In this field, you have to choose between person or company. Then you enter the surname, the first name of your father and the first name of your mother. If you have chosen company above, you have to enter the company's name here. Then enter the street, the house number, the postcode, the city and the country in the address field. And then next, the telephone number and the email address. For the date of birth, select the year, then the month and then the day. The entry only works in this order. Here you can enter your IBAN number, but normally nothing will be refunded. In this field, you will again be asked for the ID document, that is passport or identity card, and the corresponding number will be entered in the field below. In this field, you are asked whether the ship owner is also the holder. You can choose by clicking on yes or no. First, we enter the length in meters again. Here you are asked for the last or future date of entry into Greek territorial waters. Again, first select the year, then the month and then the day. In this field, you are asked whether the boat will remain in Greece for the whole year. Again, select yes or no. Next, you select the period for which you want to pay. First, you are asked for the year. The months are listed below. Here you can select individual months or the whole year with select all. Now click on the green temporarily submitted button to save the data you have entered. If you made a mistake, a message will appear below Edit. Correct the mistakes if necessary and check everything again. Click on the red Submit button to finally save. The status will now change to Submitted. You will receive an email as confirmation, which sometimes ends up in the spam folder. You will find the payment amount and the 20-digit number for the purpose of the transfer, which always begins with the letters RF, in the PDF attachment to the email or at the bottom of the application. Only the 20-digit RF number may be entered in the purpose for payment. Under no circumstances enter any other details such as the application number. The payment is normally booked after 1 to 3 days. The TEPAI list then shows paid at the very end in the summary. If you want to print out the confirmation, click on the print button on the right to generate a PDF that you can then print out. If you have an Apple device, you should use Safari, as this function often does not work with Chrome. So far, we have only been checked once by the port authority. In our case, they only wanted to see the TEPAI summary on our mobile phone with paid at the bottom. A paper printout was not necessary. Normally, you can do everything online. Only if you want to put your boat out of use, you have to go to the port police. You can't do this if you don't move your boat for a while or leave it ashore. Some port police offices require the original boat papers for this. All information is based on our private experience and is only intended as a guide without guarantee. For all who do not know us yet, welcome to Suria, a Lagoon 410 S2. We are Ricky and Dirk and set sails in the northern Germany in 2022. Since then we have been living on our floating home all year round. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel. And don't forget a thumbs up. We also look forward to your comments. See you next time.